Hi everyone, welcome to week 4. Believe it or not, it is time for module 4 already, and that means that it's time for our first scenario project. I'm really looking forward to this week. Since this week is a little different and this is our first paper that we're doing, I have a series of videos for you, and I just want to kind of go through how I have those laid out. Just bear with me, I have a lot of notes here so I don't miss anything, so if I'm looking down, that's why. The first video that we're doing right now is primarily about content, all right? All I want to do is I want to go through the questions and make sure I focus on each one to let you know how to answer those questions and where to direct your focus. The second video is more of a how-to. What I do is I have a bunch of screenshots that I went through on how to download the template, how to use the reference sheet, and how to use citations a little bit more in the APA format. If you're comfortable with that part, that's great. You might not even have to look at that video. But if this is your first scenario paper that you're doing, or maybe even your second or third, go ahead and get in there, and that way you can feel comfortable downloading the template and using your references and citations. Again, any questions, please feel free to ask. All right, so let's get started with the print scenario. Please make sure you download the rubric, all right? So that way you can see where all the points are coming from, why you would be losing points if you're missing a section, and anything like that. All right, so first question for the print scenario is, print sports is part of the larger tennis industry. What marketing activities do you think they use to promote tennis playing overall? All right, so that's the question. Let's talk about content and break that down a little bit more. You're really going to need to focus on the 4 P's. So what we learned in week 2 regarding the marketing mix is really going to come to play in here. All right, what you want to do is explain specific marketing activities that they can use to promote tennis playing. All right, so if you need to go back to the ebook and look at that, or go back to the discussion board to get some ideas, that's absolutely fine. All right, there's nothing wrong with going back and referencing that information again. As you can see, these scenarios are designed to build on the things that we've learned in previous modules. The same thing is going to happen with the Mall of America one that we do in a couple weeks. All right, so question 2. Let's talk about that one. Let me get my notes. Prince targets groups differently. That's what makes them so successful. What specific activities do you think they should engage to reach to junior players and to casual recreational players? All right, so the important part of this question is that there's 2 parts. All right, the first part, you're going to focus on the junior players. All right, target market. That is a specific target market. What specific activities should Prince do to reach that target market? All right. This is what we're learning about right now in week 4. And then the second part of this question is, what should Prince do to reach out to the target market of casual recreational players? All right. So 2 parts to this question that's important to remember. And then, again, make sure you do 2 approaches so you can receive full credit for that. Question number 3, let's see. This is going to be, this question is based on the entire 4 weeks, all right? So what promotional activities that Prince uses currently, like advertisements, social media, sponsorships, that kind of thing, are the most effective for them, all right? And what do you think that they should change? Again, one question with 2 parts. The first part, you're going to look at what they're doing now. Why is that working? Explain why. Again, what isn't working? Explain why. Get creative with this. I mean, maybe there's a company out there that's a competitor of theirs that's doing some things that they're doing differently, and it's been successful for them. That would be a great example, and it would be a great time to use a reference and do some research. The important thing about these scenarios is we want you to think. We want you to research. We want you to find out the reasons why things are the way they are and what you can do differently. This is where you start to think like a marketer. When you start getting into the consumer's brain and saying, oh, you know, how do I get in front of them? How do I get in front of junior tennis players? You know, what's the target market? What do they like? What are their interests? What are their demographics? Okay? Start asking yourself those questions, and then you'll find that not only these scenarios are fun, but they're interesting, and they're one of the best ways you're going to be able to learn in this course. All right, so that pretty much wraps it up. Again, if you want to learn how to download the template, any questions about using APA and citing, then the next video, you're going to want to watch that as well. Oh, the last thing I wanted to mention, I'm glad I have my notes, is if you want me to take a look at your paper before it's actually due, I'd be more than happy to do that. We have to turn everything into turnitin.com. So you can go ahead and upload yours early and let me know that it's in there, and I'd be happy to go in and take a look at it and put some notes and give you some feedback. That way you can change things or add things, maybe even take away things based on whatever kind of feedback that I give you. I'd be more than happy to do that. The only thing I could say is make sure you do that before Saturday, because I cannot guarantee on Saturday afternoon that I'll be able to look at it. All right. As with you, my weekends are pretty crazy. But if you could do that before Friday or on Friday, I could, at the latest I'd look at it would be Saturday morning. All right. So I hope this helps and clarify any questions that you guys have. Great job so far. I hope you're having fun and I hope you're learning a lot. Have a great weekend.